Hey everyone, Nintendo 64 here, and today we're finally here on Crash Mind Over Mutant on the Wii. So, I know it's been almost 2 years since the Crash of the Twins playthrough, since we were going to hop onto this playthrough, but we're here. And that's the most important thing that matters here. Because holy frick, a lot has changed. First off, I actually can play this on a Wii remote now. So now I got it to be more accurate this time around as opposed to back in the Titans. Second, and this is the most important detail of it all, it's still going to be a co-op playthrough. Because my old partner here is here. So, would you like to introduce yourself?
I shall. Hey guys, it's Teachster. Glad to be back. I played very little of this one, so this will be kind of a fresh experience for me, so I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to this one myself in terms of it being a co-op game. So, because of the fact that this is going to be like these most of the time, I'll try to be a bit more reserved on the information on this. There are just a few things that we want to discuss on the playthrough on this. First off, actually, I'll just save it for when we actually play. Because there's actually quite a lot to cover on this. So, after this, another cutscene. Alright. Hop on in here.
Okay, let's see. What are my plus set to?
Oh yeah, so the reason why I let you plus here as opposed to when we're out here is because first and foremost, the way this co-op works is a little bit different in terms of how you hop into the game. So
Okay.
first and foremost, most of the combat moves we learned from Teen Titans, from Crash of the Titans is here in this game. So we have our board slam, we have the chin tickler, we have the double whammy and the triple dragon. And of course, we have the old school. But
Nice.
one of the biggest things that's changed about this game is the upgrade system. So, of course, they took out the infinite spin. Like, we all knew this was coming, but it still kind of hurts. They also changed the way the combo system and upgrading and everything works here. Wait, oh yeah, you probably have to aim your, like, on the screen here for you to show up.
Let's see. Yeah, nothing is coming up for me. I'm not sure why.
Okay. But we'll get to that after this cutscene, so just a second.
Okay.
Yeah, this cutscene right here. So, heads up for other people who haven't even seen the cutscenes on this. This is one of the defining features of Crash Mind Over Mutant, the cutscene. So, without further ado, I'll show you why.
Oh, stupid thing, work!
Wow, we should clean this place up, children. It's been like a metric year.
Who's gonna make us? You? I don't think so.
Okay, guess I'll just say some catchphrases. Drink lemonade, vitamin C.
Ow! Ah, hot, hot, hot!
Ah, gotcha.
If I get this Doominator eye working, we'll have the best entertainment system of all time. It'll play games, watch movies, and dispense butter. It'll be the mother of all TiVos! Woohoo!
That does sound good. Butter. And where'd I get this? Short-term memory loss. Confused. And where'd I get this?
Crash, to get this thing working, I'll need a bunch of parts. Here's a list. First up is the Capacitron by my house.
So the journey truly begins, yet again. So, I think for you, you're gonna have to press either one of the buttons you have set for the D-pad for this.
Okay. Trying everything, and yeah, nothing's working.
Nothing so far? Okay, let me see something.
Yeah,
real
let's
quick. Oh yeah, there's one thing I do want to show off here. Okay, sorry about that. So, right off the gate, you could see that my buddy here, Deed, is not a form of Crash here. Instead, he's actually a form of a mask. This is actually a form of a default. He can actually turn back into Crash at any given point. I'm not sure if it's the D-pad in this game or like a specific button, because I don't think you have to shake.
Yep. Okay, yeah. I think you're right. I think it is D-pad.
I see.
Nice.
Okay, cool. So, first and foremost, there is a lot of things they've added onto this game forward from here that it's kind of crazy how much different this game is from Titans, just from Titans. Some things that were changed, I've already mentioned the whole thing about the infinite spin, but also the fact that you don't have the board anymore. You can still guard and even tilt it a little bit for some reason, but just no air grinding.
Dolls will unlock special rewards for you, Crash. Collect all of them to get tons of cool stuff.
So this game isn't level based, right?
No, it's not level based.
It's like Twin Samurai.
There are like upgrades you can get on this, but it's not necessarily level based on this. It's all in one world here. But yeah, I guess Twin Samurai would be the best way to compare it. Okay, another thing is that also unlike unlike Crash of the Titans, this game I honestly thought for the longest time was on the PS3 version, but there is no PS3 version. It's on 360, Wii, DS, and the PlayStation 2 of all things.
Yeah. PS2 has been supported forever, so I kept that going strong.
Yes, they did. Now, another thing, the combo system, it's actually retained throughout the entire time until you get hit, as opposed to a certain timer now.
Do your classic spin attack. Shake. Nice one,
Oh,
Crash.
fair.
That power
Oh,
up
you
will
have to
double
shake
the
to do
amount
the
of
spin.
mojo you
Okay,
can
I was
record
just about to
quickly.
ask how you do
So
it.
hurry up and
Either
break stuff.
shake or you press whatever you have set for B.
Okay.
But the thing is, for like spinning on the ground, you have to shake.
Okay.
There is no way around it. Like, I could go on about like the entire moveset in this game, but it's gonna be a while. And that's just on Crash. There's still the stuff about the mutants and everything. But that's what the
Do a
tutorial
spin
level's
jump and get
for.
some real height with Crash. You've unlocked the spin upgrade. Now you can spin longer before getting dizzy.
32 upgrades.
Yes, 32 spin upgrade. Well, 32 upgrades for Crash. So that's the big change on the upgrade system. There's basically two tiers now you have to worry about. Upgrades for Crash himself and upgrades for each mutant. Thankfully, there's only 5 upgrades per mutant, because if we did this for any longer than that, it'd be a little insane. Now, like I said, there's so much to talk about on this. I really don't think we can fit all this in a single video on this, even though in this tutorial level. Now, whenever Deet does get a bit off screen a little bit, and it's going to happen sometimes, he thankfully does not die from it. It just turns into a mask. Because the camera in this game is entirely focused on the first player now. Which I'm honestly kind of liking, because like, Kirby Superstar did something like this, right?
Yeah, it did.
So, it's actually kind of nice that we can be able to get all this. Ooh. I need to get that yellow one real quick. My bad. I didn't mean to get distracted like that, but we need this while we got the double going.
Yeah. No, I can mask up at any point, so it's not an issue.
And while you're in the mask, you can be able to shoot some projectiles, shoot at enemies. I think you can pick up enemies too, but again, while this is like something that's new for you in terms of playing the game in general, for me this is new for just co-op. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh.
Now, there is no lives in this game. That's something else.
Okay, that's good.
So this is all just going to be like playing as you go. You don't have to worry about like getting set back like a million feet backwards just because you die. These mojos, like these tikis here, are now your means of saving as opposed to beating a level. So you never have to worry too much about it. And they're quite abundant too. Okay. Let's see, oh my goodness. Because keep in mind, all this I'm saying so far, and we haven't even met the first mutant to actually capture. I'm still calling it capture, I'm sorry. Okay, so we have this thing over here, this device that you can use to spin.
You need to spin on top of this to make it work. Luckily, I hear that spinning is something you do pretty well by now.
Yeah.
And you have to keep freaking mashing this. Thankfully, I just have to mash B. It's supposed to keep spinning, because the idea of having to constantly shake for this, it's a little silly.
Yeah.
This is the spot where the spin drill move would be useful. Try doing it here to advance.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
If you hold B, you get to stay up just for a little bit longer, and trust me, for some of the levels, you're gonna want this.
Okay.
And now
Oh.
Okay, we got more dialogue.
Sneaky ambush time here. Oh, I know that, you silly furry, with the surprise and the violence and the poking. With a stick! Fabulous, I love the poking. A big fan from back before it was popular. Now everybody's into poker. Hey! Oh, I'm still really hungry. Yeah, well, why don't you just eat Wumpa fruit? It's all over the place. It's ubiquitous. I just don't like it. I'm still hoping for the Bandicoot barbecue. Texas style, partner. Saddle up!
Yeah, sorry about that, but the dialogue was going through. Now, of course, the minions also got redesigned quite a bit.
When a second player joins the game, you can jack them and take control of my magical powers.
Yeah,
nice.
Now I can also be the mask, and the camera will just go over to you.
Crash, bandicoots are great diggers, and you are no exception. When you see diggable stuff like this, shake the Wii remote, then the B button to dig through the ground here. When you reach the end of stuff you can dig through, do your spin attack to pop out.
Oh yeah, to move you're gonna have to keep pressing B. Now, this is one of the new things they added, just underground digging. Which
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, one thing I did want to get over about like the game entirety, in its entirety, is the fact that for the game's general direction, both in visuals and in like the game's general writing, they did try to make it like a middle of the road approach in terms of keeping it to where it's like of the Titans, but at the same time also making it so that it's kind of like familiar to people who played the Crash games for quite a while now. Oh, you can't go over there yet.
Okay.
You have to keep going to the left here first. Now, the combo system. On top of the combo in number, there's also the multiplier. Ooh, oh, frick. I didn't mean to hit you. Unfortunately, while this game's multiplier feature is kind of nice because it helps you with mojo throughout the entirety of the game, the friendly fire is actually really deadly here because if we get hit on just from each other, it ends up resetting the multiplier.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you're gonna really like the multiplier on this because on top of the multiplier from the combo, we have the double multiplier still. So the highest it can go is, I think, times 20 for just a single one of us. A times 40 on this would be insane. Oh, frick. Oh, that looked painful. And you're already back. Oh, what?
Wow.
They really brought you back just to... Oh my god. Now, as you could probably tell from the game's story, we're pretty much going back to the way things are now. We're fighting Cortex now as opposed to Nina. And we get to meet Embryo again! Isn't that great?
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Like, you're gonna like his voice here, and I'm honestly kind of... Like, for how good it is here, it's honestly kind of upsetting about how he's, like, the voice actor for this, in this game, was not the one used in CTR Nitro Fuel, but it was used in the Insane Trilogy.
Okay.
And just a reminder about the Insane Trilogy, since I did mention it, keep this in mind, this game came out in 2008, and there hasn't been a single mainline Crash game in, I'd say, 9 years since then.
Yeah, 9 years.
Down by pressing the Z button.
Yeah, the very long drought.
Holy frick. Okay. So, I don't know if I'd say there's a cutscene coming up, but there's definitely someone we're meeting that's going to be coming soon. Hold on. Can I save myself if I do this? No, I can't. So, I tried to mask up before that ended up happening. Okay, there's definitely a cutscene. But not this type of cutscene. I'm not really too worried about in-game cutscenes unless they actually say something. Which I'll let you know if they do.
Here they come.
So,
Get ready.
in order for you to retain from the spin, you can just be able to do the spin like this, as normal, and then press the Z button to do the gyro jackhammer, while infinitely less cool than the version in the actual
You can
game.
find bigger objects to shoot by searching around.
Bigger object, hold on. I think if you, hold on a second. I'm trying to think of, oh no, shaking the nunchuck takes you out of the form. There was something you have to do. I'm not sure if it's shaking the Wii mode or... Well, I meant more so for B, if anything. Okay. Anyway, let's just keep continuing from here. Okay.
It's a little windy here, Crash. You'll have to time your jump
Cool.
when the wind is low to safely reach the
I
other
thought I
side.
had that for that one.
Yeah, the wind did kind of get you on that one. So, because of the fact that... Now, there is one, I guess, complaint I would really need to address on this game is that... Not necessarily on co-op, but just the game itself. There are moments where you're going to have to worry about the camera in terms of combat, because the combat areas in this game are more closed up, like up close, than they are in Twinsanity. Not Twinsanity. I keep getting those two games mixed up. More like Titans, where because you're supposed to not have this much freedom to move around, it'll get in the way. Is basically what I'm just trying to say. Like, the camera will get in the way sometimes with combat. It won't be too bad until the later half of the game, I'd say.
Okay.
But it's definitely a nightmare on platforming, and
To use
this...
Crash, you'll need a little help from a friend. Another person balancing on the other end would make it much
Oh
easier.
boy. Okay.
Thing is, for things like this,
Crash. Go
I
into your-
don't think they actually thought this one through, but...
No, they definitely didn't.
But what's supposed to happen is that we basically go on each side to make sure that we
Yeah.
balance it. Which, we'll save that for actually doing it correct on the next time, but...
Well
For
done.
most of them, you can just be like, nah.
That's funny.
This cave is a shortcut home, Crash. Let's get going.
Shortcut. Okay.
Yeah, and so Another thing to mention is that this game, in terms of its story, does take place. It does take place a year after of the Titans, and you can even tell by this because of the way the Dominator is positioned. So it's there, and there is a reason why it's still there, but we won't get to all that until later. Oop! Frick. So just a real quick though, and this is actually something I did want to address with the combo system. There actually is missions based on this. Of course, the story missions will update as you go, but without going too deep into this, there's basically a lot, and it's still going to be going. A lot of this that we have to worry about. Now, we won't be covering all these like right out the gate because that'd be a little insane, but complete 75% of the game, which is actually kind of easy to do. It's just the fact that there's some things that are required for multiplayer, and I've already addressed how I feel about that kind of stuff when it comes to completing games.
Is there a cap on the combo meter?
On a combo meter? Yes, up to 20 in terms of the multiplayer,
okay.
and the game expects you to hit that because that's one of the optional missions. So doing that in co-op might be difficult, to put it nicely. Alright, but now there's going to be some actual talks and a cutscene.
Finally, Crash. Give me this stuff and let's fire this sucker up. Watch us some NASCAR.
Yeah, turn it left.
Are you tired of having too many gadgets cluttering your life?
There's got to be a simpler solution.
And now there is! Ladies and gentle mutants, I present to you the NV! Access any file, talk to your disgusting friends, watch pay-per-view, and Julian fries! Oh, waxy. And it's certainly not an evil plan. What do you think of that, audience? Bad credit? No credit? Disgusting personal habits? Just put on the helmet already!
Yes, now I have more time to devote to my hobbies, like falconry and classical cheeses. Thank you, NV, for giving me technological bliss.
But wait, you revolting peons, there's more! I just can't think of it right now. Now, how much would you expect to pay for this technological superiority? Let's hear some guesses, sheeple.
11,000 dineros.
20 to the square root of its Elven currency, or more.
Sir, begging your pardon, but I think I have a defective card, because it says nothing!
It's my great pleasure to announce that this handsome product will arrive at the doors of Wumpa Island inhabitants free of charge. From the people that brought you the electric spoon, and I can't believe it's not Tolstoy. Call now and you'll also receive neckbeard in a can. Got a problem? Spray some hair on it. Stare into the dancing lights. Stare and dream. Stare and dream. Get your NV today. Soon to be available everywhere but Arkansas.
Wow, that thing looked amazing. We should totally get us some.
Yeah, games, messaging, dancing lights.
Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can avoid that and I can try saving, because I'm gonna just make like a brief stop for the video here, but if we end up getting it, we'll just have to continue. Okay, there we go. So this is just basically gonna be like a brief stop on this video here because it's already almost like 30 minutes on this, and I don't want the videos to be too long on these parts here. Like, it's gonna be much longer than the both the Twinsanity and the Of the Titans videos. It's just, you know, don't want to extend it too much from here. So, what are your initial thoughts on this so far, D? Like, I know we haven't covered
so
too much
far,
on this, but
yeah, so far, it's interesting. I'm looking forward to when we actually get the mutants. I want to see how that works and how that's different in comparison to the first Titans, and you could feel the fun that they had in making those cutscenes, because they're pretty entertaining. So
Glad you liked it so far, because trust me, not just the mutants, but also in the cutscenes, there's so much more to go on to with this game. But we will get on that once we get there. Until then, this is Tortoise4 signing out. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay insane, stay natural fuel, stay tuned to Just Already Alive. And of course, stay warm!